Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this homecoming convocation and the Alumni Association award ceremony. For you guys that are just coming in, please go ahead and take a seat. My name is Jesse Horn, and I'm the president of the Colorado College Alumni Association. And it's a really special time and honor for me to serve as president of the Alumni Association today because my class, the class of 2007, also known as the class of No Bad Days, is celebrating our 10-year reunion. So it's especially awesome. That's right, yeah. If you've been to homecoming convocation before, I think you would agree that this ceremony is a hallmark event during which we celebrate our people, our place, and our program. CC exposes us to the liberal arts and gives us the tools to craft our own journeys, as you'll hear about from each of our awardees. As president of the Alumni Association, I am also thrilled that we get to honor and inspire this generation of students to be the best that they can be. And we are fortunate to recognize today the recipients are 3 Alumni Association Student Leader Scholars, who are the recipients of our 2017 scholarship. These students were selected in a highly competitive process by which the Alumni Board, through the Alumni Board, and each is an active campus leader and expected to continue their leadership roles in the years after they graduate. It is our hope that one day they too may stand on this stage and be recognized for their lifetime accomplishments and service. Will Sarah Baker, it's class of 2018, Sarah Melton, class of 2019, and Jacob Miller, class of 2019, please stand to be recognized? Congratulations to each and every one of you. So in a few minutes, we get to hear from President Tiefenthaler about the status of our beloved alma mater. And we get to celebrate the accomplishments and contributions of our awardees. But before we do that, I would like to ask that Eric Mellum, class of 1990, and my immediate predecessor as the president of the Alumni Association, he's also our resident tenor, to lead us in the celebratory tradition of singing America the Beautiful, written by Catherine Lee Bates and inspired by that purple mountain majesty that is Pikes Peak. If everyone could please stand and join Eric in singing along.
It is my pleasure to introduce President Jill Tiefenthaler, Colorado College's 13th president. Now in her 7th year as president, Jill is leading the implementation of our strategic plan, Building on the Block, as well as CC's most ambitious fundraising campaign to date, Building on Originality. Please join me in welcoming our president, Jill Tiefenthaler.
Please be seated, everybody, and good morning. Thank you, Jesse and Eric, for your leadership, and Eric, that was beautiful, thank you. Welcome back to CC for homecoming. I'm so glad to see you all. Thank you for returning to this beautiful, special place at the foot of Pikes Peak. Homecoming is a wonderful time at CC and one of my favorite celebrations of the academic year. Seeing you experience moments of connection and reconnection make this weekend memorable. Whether you run into a friend you haven't seen in a decade or more, meet a favorite professor at a department open house, gather to cheer on the Tigers during the soccer, volleyball, and hockey games, or introduce your own children or grandchildren to the college, I hope that you enjoy your time here, and I thank you for your loyalty to and support of Colorado College. You also bring wonderful energy to campus and set a powerful example for our students. I hope that they will be inspired to follow in your footsteps, building lives of meaning and forming enduring connections to their alma mater. Many of you are celebrating class reunions this weekend, and each spring, reunion committees set attendance and gift goals. And the college recognizes the class with the highest percentage of members returning by awarding the Reunion Cup. This year's winning class had 22% of their class return for homecoming. Congratulations to the class of 1967. Will the class representatives please come forward? Thank you, John and Gordon. Yesterday, the class of 1967 was inducted into the Colorado College 50-Year Club, with more than 75 members attending reunion. You can spot the members of this class, our most distinguished class, by the medallions they are wearing, and I would like to thank them for their outstanding class gift effort. Nearly 50% of the class has participated so far. The class of 1967 has focused a portion of their class gift to support the remarkable renovation of the Charles L. Tutt Library. The class decided to support the Tech Sandbox, a new space in the library where students, faculty, and staff can learn about new and emerging technology. The Tech Sandbox is named for the class of 1967 and bears their class motto, "Can't get no satisfaction." You gotta love this college. I am confident that the Tech Sandbox will be one of the most vibrant spots in the library and on campus, and so please join me in thanking the class of 1967. In addition to the great class of 1967, we have 17 other classes on campus for reunions, and they have many reasons to celebrate. Alumni engagement with the college continues to grow, from participation in the annual fund giving to attendance at homecoming. More than 7,400 alumni are celebrating a reunion this year, and more than 22% have participated in their class gifts. So far, our reunion classes have collectively raised nearly $7 million for Colorado College. Thank you for your generosity and for your support of this wonderful institution. The hard work of our reunion volunteers has been vital to achieving these fundraising results. We cannot thank our volunteers enough, so I'd ask them all to please stand and let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you all. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to give you a brief update on the college. We have set a lofty goal. Our mission is to provide the finest liberal arts education in the country. And we are making great progress towards achieving this aspiration. knowing that Colorado College education and its unique and innovative block plan is more relevant today than ever for this generation of students. As Eric mentioned, we've been hard at work implementing and expanding our strategic plan, building on the block. The plan is directing our efforts to build on the college's already strong offerings, and I want to highlight 3 projects that focus on people, program, and place, and are having a significant impact on the CC community. First, in case you didn't notice, we've completed the spectacular and much-needed renovation of the Charles L. Tutt Library. The renovation was designed with the block plan and the specific needs of our students and faculty in mind. Its spaces encourage and support collaboration. Parts of the building are now open around the clock. The number of seats has been doubled, and the library's wonderful resources are accessible remotely so that students and faculty can access information while abroad or in the field. And the views from the library, along with the external design, reinforce our strong sense of place here in the Rocky Mountain West. The renovation has added 25,000 square feet to the existing library, making it all the more remarkable that it is the first and largest academic library in the nation to achieve net zero energy construction. In fact, the library was recently selected, I agree. In fact, the library was recently selected as a recipient of a 2017 Innovation Award by the National Association of College and University Business Officers for its renovation and net zero status. Our students, faculty, and staff are responding with enthusiasm to this reimagined building. The library has quickly become the intellectual hub of campus that we hoped it would be. If you've not visited the building yet, the dedication is today at 2:30, and that's a perfect time to come and see and learn about this transformed space. During the dedication, I'll also be making a special announcement about the future of the college and our campaign, and I would be delighted if you would all join us for this celebration. While the library has become our intellectual hub, the addition of the Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center at Colorado College has not only expanded our campus, but also increased the breadth and depth of the block plan offerings and opportunities for the Colorado College and Colorado Springs communities. In August 2016, we formed an alliance with the Fine Arts Center. The boards of the FAC and CC saw the great potential of working together to create a national model of distinction for an art center that serves the campus, the community, the region, and the world. During the Alliance's first year, we developed a strategic plan that focuses on 3 themes: excellence, access, and collaboration. We conducted numerous listening sessions with community members to ensure that we understood the views of all of our constituents. And I invite you to look closely at our plan and our planning process on the CC website. On July 1st of 2017, just a few months ago, it became official, and we now have the Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center at Colorado College. Since that time, the FAC has added new free days, and more than 3,500 people have visited the museum during these times. At JAM FAC in September, a street festival welcomed over 900 community members. Our new Passport to the Arts, a free membership for 4th graders in our community and their families, has led to hundreds of new families in our membership. Our alliance with the Fine Arts Center is also sparking the creativity of our faculty and students. More than 1,600 Colorado College students have visited the FAC as part of college classes or programs. For example, first-year students are taking an Introduction to Art course at the FAC, and the museum's new Unblocked Gallery has hosted student examinations of the work of Rembrandt. Professor Naomi Wood in Portuguese co-curated a show on transformations in contemporary Brazilian art. The Colorado Vocal Arts Ensemble performed a new a cappella choral work in the galleries last month. English professor Stephen Hayward taught a course on creative writing in one of the center's classrooms. And our inaugural Mellon Artist in Residence, Raven Chacon, is co-teaching a course with music professor Vicki Levine and Spanish professor Carrie Ruiz on song, poetry, and performance in the Southwest. His exhibition, Lightning Speak, opened last night. Recently, we were able to reduce admission rates, expand hours, and increase discounts in order to provide greater community access to the Fine Arts Center. And by directing a portion of the college's endowment to the center, we have increased its financial stability, making these and future improvements possible. We have now committed, along with the members of the community, to increasing the FAC's endowment to $45 million to fully realize the center's enormous potential. A lot is happening at the Fine Arts Center. It's a wonderful addition to Colorado College, and I hope you will stop by this weekend and every time you return to campus. The third project I'd like to tell you about is the recently completed East Campus housing community located in the northeast part of campus. The 8 residences, common courtyard, and community center were designed to provide juniors and seniors with a vibrant housing option on campus and to strengthen CC's overall residential experience. All of this East Campus residence open to a central green space, helping to give the feel of a neighborhood. And the development's community building includes a kitchen, shared laundry, outdoor grill, and they even over there have a hammock garden. The buildings, as well as the central courtyard, are named for former Colorado College students who have made monumental achievements in their fields, from athletics, art, and advocacy, to national service, higher education, and mountaineering. They include Olympic figure skater Peggy Fleming, Nobel laureate economist James Heckman, and former U.S. Senator and Secretary of the Interior Ken Salazar. During the past several years, we've been focusing intently on nurturing a culture of innovation by finding new ways to foster creativity, to emphasize risk, failure, and resilience, so important for this generation of students, and to forge opportunities for our students to get work experience in Colorado Springs and across the nation. Our students want to be part of making positive change in our world, and we want to help them do just that. So we're taking our innovation efforts a step further by building a new facility dedicated to innovation where students can bring their ideas to life. We envision a space that houses a food ecology lab, a maker space, flexible classrooms, adaptable co-working spaces, and a media lab. We believe the reimagined library, our alliance with the Fine Arts Center, our East Campus housing development, and the planned innovation space are priorities that will help us achieve our mission of providing the finest liberal arts education in the country. But in order for us to offer these experiences to our students, we must ensure that Colorado College is accessible to them. That's why yesterday, during our annual scholarship luncheon, I announced that we will raise $100 million to support 180 new scholarships for Colorado College students. Announced that Will Smith, CC class of 1974, is the generous donor who initiated the Colorado College Endowed Scholarship Challenge 101 2 years ago. Through this challenge, Will is committing $10 million from his estate to challenge members of the Colorado College community to establish or enhance 100 scholarships for Colorado College students. Whenever a donor makes a gift or estate commitment that qualifies for the challenge, Will directs $100,000 towards Colorado College scholarships. Will believes that stepping forward now is important as the college makes a significant commitment to raising $100 million for scholarships. I'm so grateful to Will, and alumni like him are actively engaging with CC and making us an even more excellent institution. We're reaching out to alumni through a number of events and programs in the coming months. In March, we're hosting an event in the San Francisco Bay Area with finalists who competed for $50,000 in funding through the Big Idea competition. In April, we're traveling to New York City for an event focused on theater and the arts. In June, we'll be in Chicago with students who have undertaken original research experiences through the Keller Family Venture Grant Program. In January, we're piloting Tiger Talks Out of the Ordinary. Presentations or innovative ideas delivered much like TED Talks. That event will take place at the Buntport Theater in Denver, a creative showcase founded and run by a group of young CC alumni. We've also launched a virtual book club, a way for us to connect through literature published by CC alumni and faculty. And I encourage you to check out the CC group on Goodreads. You'll be treated to lively discussion initiated by selected authors. And this program builds on another great intellectual engagement opportunity for alumni, our alumni block break travel program. From Utah to Cuba to Sicily, there's some wonderful opportunities to be with CC, other CC alums and parents, and travel the world. So I hope you'll check that out. Alumni across the country are also having a significant impact on our students and our students' career ambitions through Tiger Trek, which sponsors trips that pair students with a successful alumni. These alumni not only provide our students with perspectives on their field of expertise, but also with significant networking experiences. Next week, Tiger Treks will bring students to Seattle, where they'll meet with employers from Microsoft, Starbucks, Merriweather Partners, K2 Sports, Amazon, REI, and more. In addition to inviting your engagement, we also rely on you, our alumni, to invest in our vision. To that end, your consistent philanthropic support of CC at any level helps bring our vision to life. And I hope that you will make an annual gift at the level that's right for you, and consider sustaining that gift forever by including CC in your estate plans. Colorado College made a positive and lasting impact on your life, and together we can contribute to making that same powerful impact on current and future students, ensuring that CC always remains the special and original place you knew. Our time to do this is now, so thank you for your participation, and welcome home. It's great to have you back at Colorado College. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today for the presentation of the Homecoming Convocation Awards. I am Susan White Bergamy, class of 1966, and chair of the Alumni Association's Nominations and Awards Committee. This awards presentation is one highlight of Homecoming Weekend, as we recognize extraordinarily accomplished members of the Colorado College community who have exemplified the important values of our college. Each of our award winners is profiled in your convocation program, and we encourage you to read about them. This morning, we are going to share some more personal insights with you. But before we do that, if there are any previous award winners of the Alumni Association Awards in the audience, we would love it if you would stand so that you could be recognized. Don't know if we have any. Thank you. This year we have two recipients of the Louis T. Benezet Award. Will Linda Seeger, class of 1967, please come forward. The Louis T. Benezet Award recognizes outstanding achievement in one's chosen field, excellence through unusual success or contribution, innovation, or research that has advanced a profession or a cause, and/or extraordinary contributions and achievements that have impacted people's lives and exemplify the values of a liberal arts education. These attributes characterize the important contributions of the late Louis T. Benezet, president of Colorado College, from 1955 to 1963. Linda came to Colorado College from a small school in the small town of Peshtigo in northern Wisconsin. She was looking for a good liberal arts college that would expand her intellectual horizons and foster her interests in drama and music. After reading Lovejoy's College Guide, she found CC in her favorite state of Colorado. She was an early decision acceptance, and when she came to check things out in January of 1963, the temperature was 50 degrees above zero, as opposed to the 27 degrees below zero she had left behind, which was a big selling point. Linda was an English major, as there was no drama major at CC at the time. She shared her memory of acting in the play Galileo, which starred the Reverend Ken Burton, and in which she had one line, the delivery of which elicited a compliment from the play's star. Theology blossomed as another interest, and she began to think about how the humanities and the arts communicate spiritual, theological, and human values. Her graduate studies have led to a deeper understanding of how religion and the arts fit together in contemporary society. Linda is recognized internationally as one of the foremost authorities in the area of screenwriting. As a consultant, she works on screenplays that have a great breadth of subject matter. Her biology class experience helps with medical scripts. History classes prepared her to make biographies richer and deeper. Psychology classes taught her to figure out characters and the writers that write them. Her liberal arts education at CC taught her to question, to be curious, to be bold, to research, to continue learning, to be ready to meet and accept diverse people, and to think for herself without ignoring the facts. Her non-traditional career has demanded that she create new paths, resulting in the development of a new field within the film industry. The Alumni Association is proud to present the Louis T. Benezet Award to Linda Seeger.
Thank you to Colorado College. What an honor. And thank you to all of you who have cheered us on. And also thank you to one of my classmates, Dorothy Davies Johnson, who encouraged my writing in college. Everything I have written since then has a little bit of Dorothy in it. I see this as an award for making a strange career choice. A doctorate in drama and theology is the least marketable degree anybody could ever get. The drama people didn't want to hire me because they thought the religion part of me made me rigid. And the religion people didn't want to hire me because they thought the drama part of me made me outrageous. And so there was really nothing to do but to start my own business, which also made no sense. Now, on the surface, drama and theology seem very incompatible. I'm sure we've all heard about the wicked stage. But underneath the surface, they actually have a great deal in common. They both deal with the human condition, and they deal with the themes that inspire us and move us and bring out the best of us and sometimes the worst of us. So themes such as pride and envy and greed and anger and gluttony and sloth and lust, the 7 deadly sins in theology, and in drama we call this good drama. They both embrace and affirm the fact that we can change and grow and transform. They both embrace hope, and most of the time there are happy endings. They both start with conflict and discord, and they move to resolution and harmony. They both value what shimmers underneath the surface, what is mysterious and not easily understood. In drama, we call this subtext, and in theology, we call it the whisper of the Holy Spirit. One of my favorite quotes comes from the movie Room with a View. Mr. Emerson says, "Behind the everlasting why, there is a yes and a yes and a yes." And this award is a resounding yes, and I am so grateful. Thank you.
Will Julie Miller Cribbs, class of 1990, please come forward? One of the reasons that Julie came to Colorado College was to play basketball. She was also looking for a place where she could have time to study and enjoy her classes and other activities. Her participation on the women's basketball team helped to refine her leadership style and deepen her skills in teamwork. She shared her fond memories of hanging out in the grass and trees around the dorms, attending athletic events, watching her friends in music and drama performances, viewing their art, and enjoying Josh and John's ice cream as often as she could. In 1989, Julie completed the Urban Studies program in residence in Chicago. This experience was one of the principal factors influencing her subsequent involvement in professional social work. She notes that the seeds of her current commitment to leadership in higher education were sown while she was a CC student, as was her sense of self-efficacy. She began to believe that she could make a positive impact on difficult and challenging social issues. She comments that CC provided her with a strong foundation for critical thinking, analysis, and writing, and that she sometimes felt that her brain hurt during the experience, particularly when she would receive feedback about her writing. Julie is recognized within Oklahoma, nationally and internationally, for her considerable research and scholarly effort in healthcare social work. Her nominator states that she represents a graduate of Colorado College who is deeply committed to public service and public higher education. Her work reflects the spirit of the college, in which graduates steeped in liberal education can address complex social issues through public leadership and innovative practice. Julie's sister is a 1992 graduate, and her daughter is a current student, class of 2019. The Alumni Association is proud to present the Louis T. Benezet Award to Julie Miller Cribbs.
A little hard to follow a script writer, but I'll try. Thank you very much for this award. I'm deeply honored to be selected for this award. It is meaningful for me to share this with my family, particularly my daughter, class of 19, and my sister Jill, class of 1992. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunities afforded me by my parents, who instilled in me the values of hard work and service to others. For my children, Carly and Cole, who accept my long hours and travel with grace and understanding. And for my lifelong Colorado College friends, and for the friendships that grow richer as each year passes, and they're passing. And for my husband, Harry, my partner in so many adventures, and who is everything I need to do the difficult and rewarding work I'm able to do each day. And thank you to Colorado College for the critical contributions to my development into the social worker I am today. These include a lifelong love of learning, the capacity to think critically about the world and my place in it, the ability to question and solve problems, and the creation of space for me to find my voice and my passions. The social problems faced by our nation are not simple. They are complex, historical, and divisive. As I continue to witness in my daily work, too many of our citizens are confronted by violence in their own homes and neighborhoods, and too many of our communities are socially isolated, disenfranchised, and vulnerable. But I remain hopeful because institutions like Colorado College and professions like social work, who help equip folks to fight the good fight and engage in problem solving that makes a difference. I am certainly rich beyond measure for these tools, opportunities, and gifts of love that I can use for social good. Thank you.
Will Ray Petros, class of 1972, please come forward? The Lloyd E. Warner Award recognizes outstanding loyalty, service, and generosity to the college as evidenced by continuing concern and support for students and the quality of teaching and learning, as well as the general well-being and future excellence of the institution. These attributes characterize the many years of service and effective contributions of Lloyd E. Warner, class of 1942, who served as a faculty member, dean, and ultimately president of Colorado College from 1964 to 1981. Ray's introduction to Colorado College occurred during his junior year in high school when he attended a high school debate tournament and was welcomed to the campus by a student leader who was also a native of Pueblo. CC was then on his radar screen, and when he received a Betcher scholarship, CC became a possibility. Ray notes that he remembers thinking that because CC was the highest cost college in Colorado, it must be the best. And it was. During his freshman and sophomore years, he was enrolled in the Selected Students Program, which paired Western civilization and literature courses, and which provided a bonding experience and nurturing learning environment as this group of students studied together for 2 years. It also led to a showdown at the campus finals for the College Bowl between his freshman team and a team of seniors. I don't know who won.
I do.
You can tell. Ray's participation in a 3-week outward bound mountaineering and survival course the summer before his junior year not only challenged him physically and emotionally, but also engendered a profound passion for the environment. This environmental awakening led to his choice to practice law in the environmental and natural resources areas. His CC education has served him well professionally. The debate team taught skills used in arguing both sides of an issue and sparring in a respectful and truthful manner. Science and math courses have helped with the questioning of the expert testimony of engineers and hydrologists in water law, and his humanities studies have fostered a joy for the arts. Ray's history of loyalty and generosity to the college includes his service on the Alumni Association Board and the Board of Trustees. He and his wife, Catherine, served as co-chairs of the 1874 Society and have supported the Alumni Association Student Leadership Scholarship and the Pueblo Scholars Endowment for first-generation students. The Alumni Association is proud to present the Lloyd E. Warner Award to Ray Petros.
Let me begin by saying it's cruel and unusual punishment to limit an attorney to just 3 minutes of speaking. This award is very meaningful to me. I am honored. Thank you, members of the Alumni Association Board, for the award. I understand, though, that I am but a representative of the many hundreds of people over the years and just each year that give of their time and unique talents to serve this college. And so why do we serve? Well, let me offer a couple reasons. I believe we have an obligation to honor the blessings that have been given to us as a result of our CC education, and the need to make sure that those blessings are enjoyed by future students. I'm lucky. This is our 45th reunion for our class of 1972. 49 years ago, we were welcomed by President Warner in Shove. And that 49 years seems a long time, but it only represents about the last 1/3 of the college history. So if we do our part, hopefully the incoming freshmen of this year will celebrate their 45th reunion in the year 2066. That really brings home the time, doesn't it? Class of 72. I think a second reason is the appreciation for the meaning our Colorado College education has embedded in our lives. The friendships we formed both during college and after college, our rigid coursework, those block break experiences, and the reverence for the environment as a result of being here in the Rocky Mountains. philosophy professor Jane Cavell, I remembered upon her retirement, said something like, she doesn't know, or she may not know the meaning of life, but she knows what was meaningful in her life. One of our 1972 classmates, Bro Adams, is a recent chair of the National Endowment for the Humanities, and he said something like this in one of the CC websites, that the humanities are about the questions and answers of meaning. And I think the CC's unique brand of education equips us for at least raising those questions of meaning, if not finding the answers. So my fellow CCers, let's continue to serve Colorado College to ensure that its legacy endures. Thanks again, Alumni Association Board.
This year we have 2 recipients of the Gresham Riley Award. Will Rochelle Mason, class of 1983, please come forward? The Gresham Riley Award recognizes faculty and staff who have made a significant difference to the Colorado College community through outstanding service, commitment, and accomplishment. The continuing concern for and support of students and alumni demonstrated by such individuals ensure the general well-being and future excellence of the college. These accomplishments exemplify the important contributions made by Gresham Riley, the 10th president of Colorado College, from 1981 to 1992. Rochelle has lived in Colorado Springs since 1969. She chose to attend CC because she liked the idea of small class sizes and the college was local. Her high school counselor insisted that she check it out. She was a first-generation college student, the first in her family to complete a 4-year degree. She was a drama major and remembers performing in plays and musicals such as West Side Story and the Three Penny Opera. Rochelle notes that while a student at CC, she learned the real meaning of academic rigor. She states that her graduate work, while certainly challenging, did not compare to the preparation she received at Colorado College. Learning to read, analyze, and write well and quickly have been the biggest gifts of her education. She is called upon to utilize these every day of her life, particularly in her professional career at the college, which spans 27 years. She is presently the Senior Associate Dean of Students. Rochelle has been described as a community and bridge builder, not only on campus, but also through her wider outreach to the greater Colorado Springs community. She has been a consistent advocate for diversity and inclusion. She has been dedicated to working to ensure the success of all students from historically marginalized populations. One of her colleagues stated that she acts outside of her job description to create constructive conversation around challenging issues and concerns. She has received numerous awards and accolades for her work in civic life, in higher education, and in the arts. The Rochelle T. Mason Award is presented in her honor by the Butler Center. I would like to share Rochelle's words with you. CC is certainly extraordinary. I love our students. My colleagues are dedicated and passionate, and we continue to build and co-create a community of care. Rochelle's son, a junior at the college, is a member of this community of care. The Alumni Association is proud to present the Gresham Riley Award to Rochelle Mason.
Thank you so much, President Jill Tiefenthaler, President Jesse Horn, and to Susan Bergamy for that wonderful introduction. It was a dark and stormy night. Novelist Edward Bulwer-Lytton's famous opening line is often mocked and much maligned, but I like to borrow it, as it really is the opening line of my Colorado College story. It was a cold, rainy evening way back in the spring of 1979 when I woke my parents up in the middle of the night to tell them I had changed my mind about college. I didn't want to go to the University of Colorado at Boulder after all, even though I already had an assigned roommates and deposits were paid. Instead, I said, I've been thinking about it and I really want to go to Colorado College. And the forms are due tomorrow, and I'm going to need some more money. It's astounding to me that all these years later, here I stand as a proud first-generation alumna, a staff member of Colorado College, and an even prouder CC parent. And from the heart, I am grateful and most of all, humbled to be with you this morning. Author Melody Beattie put it beautifully when she said, "Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life." I would like to express my gratitude, first of all, to the Alumni Association for selecting me to be among these wonderful recipients who I also honor. Throughout my journey at Colorado College, there have been countless people who have served as an inspiration, given me purpose, been supporters, advocates, and challengers. And there's one person who's been there with me almost from the start. That's Mike Edmonds, our Dean of Students and our Vice President for Student Life. Mike and I often joke that we've grown up together at CC. We've been working together for 26 years, and when we started, we were young. Thank you, Mike. And to Gresham Riley, who was my president when I was a student, created the opportunity for me to return to CC as a staff member, and for whom this award is named. I am so deeply honored. To all of our outstanding students and wonderful colleagues, you are why I am still here. We have written our lives together. We share collective testimonials. You've shown me how and allowed me to be of use. And as Maya Angelou said, I am grateful to be of use. And finally, I must acknowledge and express infinite gratitude and respect to my loving family. When our former First Lady, Michelle Obama, spoke recently in Denver, she reminded us that not only must we remember where we came from and who our people are, but it's important to speak the names of our people, particularly when others wish to give us some form of accolade. I was very touched by this, and so I'd like to close in the same way. I am the granddaughter of George and Earlene Dickey and Simon and Geraldine Lights. I am the daughter of George and Marlene Dickey. I am the mother of Donovan. I am the sister of Reginald. I am the niece of Claudette, Noel, Andrew, and Clyde. I am partner to Scott. I could not have done it without all of you. And whether here in person or in spirit, you all stand right here with me right now. I am a Colorado College Tiger, and I am grateful to be of use. Thank you so much.
Will Professor Emeritus Jeff Livesey please come forward? Referencing information from a Celebrating CC People article in the Colorado College Bulletin, Jeff was born in Jackson, Mississippi, and grew up in a moderately liberal household in a racially segregated South. While at Harvard for his undergraduate studies, he chose to study social relations, a decision directly influenced by his upbringing and his desire to make a positive social change. He shared that when he was growing up, his father was the director of public relations, alumni relations, and development at a small liberal arts college. As he pursued his graduate studies, he knew that he wanted to teach at a college that prioritized teaching. The job opening at CC fit his areas of specialization and was the only one in the country at a high-quality liberal arts college. He states that there were 350 applicants for the position, and he felt very fortunate to be hired. He began his 37-year career in the Department of Sociology in 1978. The good fortune has worked both ways, as Jeff has taught and advised generations of CC students through courses in the areas of sociological theory and social inequality, encouraging students to think critically about the social world. He founded the Public Interest Fellowship Program in 2003. Over the years, hundreds of CC students and graduates have had opportunity to pursue meaningful work in the social sector, improving the lives of others. The Livesey Award is named in his honor and is presented each year to a deserving CC graduate who has made a significant contribution in the nonprofit sector. Jeff has been the recipient of numerous awards, including one given for making a distinctive difference to the teaching climate of the college. Quoting the aforementioned bulletin article, "Legacies of learning like Jeff's are never planned. They are built, honed, and refined. His legacy at Colorado College stretches far beyond the classroom and out into the broader global community of social change. The Alumni Association is proud to present the Gresham Riley Award to Jeff Livesey."
More thank yous. First of all, to Susan, the committee, the board, for the recognition of my work at CC. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you to Colorado College itself for providing me an opportunity to craft a career doing what I love, thinking, talking, encouraging, inciting. Thank you to Gresham Riley himself for his steadfast support of the faculty during his tenure as president here. And just parenthetically, Gresham and I are graduates of the same public high school in Jackson, Mississippi. Go Provine Rams. Maybe that's why I got the award. I'm not sure. Thank you to my co-conspirators and partners in crime in the creation and building of the Public Interest Fellowship Program, in particular the founding director, Andy Oatman Gardner, and the current director and the director for more than a decade, Lonnie Hinkle. You deserve this award at least as much as I do. And finally, to echo Rochelle, thank you to my family, Wendy Fay, Lucy Livesey, Ella Livesey. I could not have done it without you. Thank you very much.
Will Ian Miller, class of 1999, please come forward? The Spirit of Adventure Award recognizes alumni who exemplify the unique CC experience through a life of intellectual, social, or physical adventure. These attributes are characterized by the late Robert M. Orms, class of 1926, a Colorado College English professor from 1952 to 1973, who was the inaugural award recipient. He was an adventurer of the mind, body, and the spirit that exemplifies much of what is special about the college. Ian chose to attend Colorado College on the advice of an older cousin who raved about the CC students she had encountered on a semester abroad in Costa Rica. She reported that the CC students were the most engaging, adventurous, and fun-loving people she had ever met. In his words, Ian was hooked and did not even visit CC while touring colleges. After he was accepted, he just showed up and jumped in. His career as a geologist and paleontologist is due to an extended 10-day field trip to Yellowstone National Park taken during the first block natural history course. The geology professor was Paul Myro, and Ian describes him as just about the most inconceivable person he had ever met. Geologist, paleontologist, musician, and comedian with the most amazing zest for life. The days were routinely spent camping, doing field work, studying the ecosystems and landscapes, and having class on the outcrop, until Professor Myro loaded the class into a bus early one morning during an incredible snowstorm. They drove to the Lamar Valley and the Lamar River, where Professor Myro proceeded to take off his shoes, began to ford the freezing river, and then invited the students to do the same, as the fossils were all on the other side. They were a whole forest of petrified trees which had been buried by a volcanic mudflow 50 million years ago. The awe-filled experience changed Ian's life. Ian notes that CC instilled in him a truly keen sense of curiosity. This has pervaded his fieldwork and paleontological discoveries, some of which are world famous. He is heavily involved in public education through his work at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science and his mentorship of CC students. He is married to Robin Rissman, also class of '99. He is also a recipient of the coveted Smooth Move Award, sorry, couldn't stand it, for excellence in lack of common sense on a geology field trip. The Alumni Association is proud to present the Spirit of Adventure Award to Ian Miller.
Well, I've been an adventurer since I could walk. I grew up on a ranch in eastern Washington, and as a kid, I was building forts, digging for fool's gold, and just generally wreaking havoc with my 4 brothers. And Colorado College took a chance on this kid from the sticks, and it turned out that CC was a natural fit, fully supporting and nurturing my growing and insatiable desire to find out what was around the next corner on the trail. Since my time at CC, I've been so fortunate to have a huge helping of adventure, whether it be solving scientific problems, running community projects, or traveling the remote wilds of the planet in search of fossils. Over the summer and in the context of this award, I reflected on a lot of those adventures. I think the one thing I remember most, and the one thread that pulls through all of them, are the conversations I had with colleagues, with close friends, and family, rather than the projects or the places themselves. The late Irish poet and philosopher John O'Donohue wrote about the vast, beautiful, and complex inner landscape that exists in all of us. A world equal, or maybe even greater than the physical landscape we experience around us. When I came to CC, I brought that traditional sense of physical adventure. CC built on that sense and gave me the tools to think critically, to realize and appreciate that vast inner world in each of us, and to truly collaborate and discover the beauty of life with those around me. No matter where I am or what I'm doing, exploring that inner landscape, either on my own or in conversation with those closest to me, seems to be the real adventure and the real growth for opportunity. I'm so deeply humbled and absolutely thrilled to receive the Spirit of Adventure Award. Thank you very much.
Please join me in yet another tradition, the singing of our alma mater. Charles Hawley, class of '54, composed this beautiful piece with music professors Earl Uhas and Albert C. The lyrics are in your program. If everyone will please stand and sing along.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Will the awardees please remain for photographs? For everyone else, hopefully everyone is released for class. Hope to see you all over at Freedom Authority, which begins at 11 o'clock in Bemis. I'm sure that Professor Hoffman has already bid us over there. So Freedom Authority is at 11, followed by the picnic, the alumni parade of classes over to the library, where we will have our dedication, I think at 2:30. So please join us there. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great reunion, and hail CC.